Hello, everyone. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new. Today, I want to talk about something that so many people are struggling with right now, which is focus, or honestly, the lack of focusing. Maybe you sit down to study, maybe you sit down to work, to read, or maybe you sit down to do something important and suddenly you check your phone, you open social media, you start watching random videos, you think about other things, maybe you lose motivation or even feel mentally tired. And before you know it, hours are gone. Then at the end of the day, you feel guilty. Why? Because you know you had things to do, but your brain just couldn't focus. Well, if that sounds familiar, this episode is definitely for you. Because today I want us to talk honestly about why focusing feels harder than before, why is destroying our attention, and how we can slowly train our minds to focus again without burning ourselves out. So let's look at the first part, which is your brain is overstimulated. One of the biggest reasons people can't focus anymore is overstimulation. Our brains are constantly receiving information. Every single day, you receive notifications, short videos, social media, messages, emails, music, background noise, or endless scrolling. Your brain never truly rests. And because of this, normal tasks start feeling too slow. Studying feels boring. Working feels difficult. Reading feels exhausting. Not because you are lazy, but because your brain became used to constant stimulation and instant entertainment. And honestly, social media made this worse for many people. We became used to switching attention every few seconds. So, when it is finally time to sit quietly and focus deeply, our minds resist it. A lot of people actually think that multitasking makes them productive, but most of the time, multitasking just creates mental chaos. For example, studying while checking your phone, working while watching videos, replying to messages while trying to focus, opening too many tabs at once. Your brain keeps switching attention, and every time your attention switches, your concentration becomes weaker. You may feel busy all day, but mentally you feel drained and unfocused. Real focus actually requires stillness. And honestly, many people are so afraid of stillness now. Silence basically feels uncomfortable. Why? Because our minds became addicted to distraction. The thing is that a lot of people actually think they just need more motivation, but motivation is unreliable. Some days you will feel motivated, some days you won't feel motivated. If you depend only on motivation, your focus will always disappear when your emotions change. Instead, what actually helps is creating systems. What kind of system? It is a very simple system. For example, putting your phone away, studying for shorter focused sessions, like, for example, um, 25 minutes and then taking a break for 5 minutes and then continue for another 25 minutes, or maybe studying for 50 minutes and then taking a break for 10 minutes and then continuing again for another 50 minutes and so on. So this is basically called Pomodoro technique. Or you can maybe create a workspace, creating clean workspace where your workspace or maybe your desk is clean, without too many layers of papers, or maybe having like a clean desktop where you have your laptop, books, papers, stuff like that, but in a cleaned way. Or maybe try to reduce noise, or maybe plan tasks before starting, or maybe taking proper breaks. So the thing is that focusing is not actually magic. It is usually the result of creating an environment that supports concentration. The other thing that you need to pay attention to is that your mind might be mentally exhausted. What does that mean? Sometimes the problem is not distraction. Sometimes you are simply tired, maybe emotionally tired, mentally tired, or even physically tired. And many people ignore this. They keep pushing themselves every day without real rest. Then they wonder why they can't focus anymore. Burnout basically affects concentration deeply. So when your brain feels overwhelmed for too long, even simple tasks start feeling heavy. That's why rest is really important. Not lazy rest, real rest. Sleeping properly, taking breaks, going outside, disconnecting from screens sometimes. Really, your brain can't function well if it never recovers. The thing is that you need to know like how to slowly train your focus again. Well, if your focus feels weak right now, don't panic. Seriously, don't panic. Attention can be retained again slowly. One small habit at a time is enough. So, here are basically a few things that genuinely help. Number one, reduce distractions before starting. Don't rely on willpower alone and try to make distraction harder to access. Try to, number two, stop overstimulating your brain constantly. What does that mean? You don't need entertainment every second. Really, you don't need that. Number three, start small. Even 20 minutes of real focus is powerful. Seriously. Number four, do one thing at a time and try to avoid multitasking because your brain works better with clarity. And that is why doing one thing at a time is the best thing to do. Number five, protect your mental energy. Not every notification deserves your attention. Because the thing is that if you pay attention to every single notification you receive, in this case, you will never be um, on rest. Your brain will always be busy, and you need your energy for real task to complete. Number six, be patient with your focus. Be patient with yourself. Your brain is adapting to a very distracted world. We live on social media, and social media is a big distraction to every one of us. So, to put yourself in clean environment, in a quiet space that needs time, needs effort, and attention. And that is why you need to be really patient with yourself. So, if you have actually been struggling to focus lately, I want you to understand something. Your brain is not broken. You are simply living in a world full of distraction, pressure, noise, and overstimulation. And learning how to focus again is becoming a real skill now, a very valuable skill, really. So don't hate yourself for struggling. Instead, slowly build better habits, slowly protect your attention, slowly protect your energy, and give your mind space to breathe again. So, yeah, this is basically everything related to today's episode. I really hope today's episode is useful. If you have other topics that you want me to focus on, please let me know down below. And please don't forget to subscribe, turn on CC for a subtitle, and share this with someone who has been struggling to focus lately. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next episode. Have a great day and take care.